We had a chance to go behind the scenes with Cirque du Soleil's Twas the Night Before, and I had a chance to sit down with some of the talent behind it all. I'm your host, front row Phyllis. Cirque du Soleil's holiday show filled with a flurry of love, cheer, and the Cirque trademark of those thrilling acrobatics. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, of course. We're really happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, we are so thrilled to have you guys. You know, each Cirque show is, so unique in its own element. So tell us what makes this one so different.
I think that what makes this one really different is how much of a focus that we have on the story. Twas the Night Before Christmas is a poem that we all grew up with,
right.
And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And the show itself is built on that architecture. So all of the acrobatics are in service of that story, and all of the design elements that are inside of the show. They're all pushing in the same direction in order to celebrate that poem and that culture.
Now, have you always wanted to go into the circus? I know we talked off camera. I mean, was that something that, like, when you were younger, it was like, this is what I want to do?
It's funny that you ask. I used to go and watch the Big Apple Circus come into town every year when I was a kid, and although I didn't know at the time that that's what I wanted to do, it is the first thing that I can remember looking forward to.
Really?
Yeah. So the first moment that I knew that something was going to come back.
Any fear of heights? No.
Only a healthy one.
Okay. Not the ones that I have, okay?
No. Just enough to know that we'll be safe.
You know what's so great is that this show not only has the heart-stopping, aerial acrobatics, but it also has some of the lovable characters as well. So tell our viewers a little bit more about that. What did they get to see?
Well, we have our Saint Nick, and we're not quite sure if that's Santa Claus or if it's not. We sort of have to wait until the end of the show for that. But the main two characters are the father, who I play, and Isabella, my daughter. And the story is really it's our process of coming to understand what Christmas means for the two of us today. In this world that we live in, the show is very much seated in the 2000s. It's not an ancient story. It's talking about what Christmas means to us now and how that can be complicated.
Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Of course, a pleasure.
So tell our viewers what goes into this show.
Into this show, so much magic. So it's a full show of acrobatics and storytelling. There's lots of snow and sparkles and tinsel. You'll see aerial acts, you'll see ground acts. I don't want to ruin too much of it, 'cause
right.
It's really magical. But yeah, a lot of Christmas joy and spirit.
So do you have a favorite scene?
I mean, can I say my own?
Yeah, you could say it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the act that I do. It's always a pleasure to perform. My character's really fun to do. And it's an aerial act, so there's only 3 aerial acts in the show, so I'm one of the 3. And yeah, I feel like my act really kind of brings together the spirit of Christmas, where she starts off kind of like spoiled and I guess more like consumerism, like she's looking at these gifts, she doesn't want them, and then eventually she makes a friend and she gives a gift and she realizes the spirit of Christmas is in giving and being together and not necessarily just like taking stuff. And then she flies in the air, it's gorgeous.
And she flies in the air?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's like typical, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Like everybody does that.
You give a gift and then you soar.
Now when your parents come see you perform, are they nervous?
My dad is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I love you, but are you sure you didn't want to dance on the ground? I was like, yeah.
Exactly.
So he's nervous, but he loves it too. And my mom, for some reason, is not as nervous, but she loves it.
What's it like to perform at this iconic stage, the Chicago Theater?
It's incredible. Also knowing that this is where Twas premiered. Originally in 2019.
Right.
It feels like coming home, which is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Everyone's very excited. That and the theater is stunning.
Yeah.
Like, it's a historical theater. You can really feel the history and the energy when you're backstage. There's all of these signatures from all the people that came before us, and it's such a blessing to be here. Honestly, an honor. It's gorgeous. Yeah, we're really
and
happy.
we are thrilled to have you guys here.
Thrilled to be here.
Oh my gosh, thank you again, and we
Pleasure.
can't wait for opening night.
Thank you. I can't wait either.
Cirque du Soleil's 'Twas the Night Before, playing now through December 28th at the Chicago Theater. Live from the Chicago Theater, it's Front Row Phyllis.